braids are everywhere. Bohemian braids, knotless braids, goddess braids. Everywhere you look, there are braids, especially among Black women and children. It's an easy style, it's a go-to style, it's a protective style, but it's not very protective if indeed they are cancer-causing agents. So yes, the Consumer Report reveals carcinogens or cancer-causing agents were found in 100% of the hair.
100%.
100%. They found benzene. We know that benzenes can cause leukemia. They found methylene chloride, carbon tetrachloride, and lead was found in.
Braided styles are a staple among Black women as a way to protect their hair, especially during the spring and summer months. But new research suggests they could be exposing themselves to harmful chemicals. An independent study from Consumer Reports recently found that lead, benzene, and other toxins were in 10 of the most popular synthetic braiding products. Here with a deeper look into the study and our other health headlines this weekend is Dr. Frita. So glad you're here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So this is alarming for sure, and there's little information about synthetic braids.
Absolutely. Yes, this story brings me no joy because braids are everywhere. Bohemian braids, knotless braids, goddess braids. Everywhere you look, there are braids, especially among Black women and children. It's an easy style, it's a go-to style, it's a protective style, but it's not very protective if indeed they are cancer-causing agents. So yes, the Consumer Report reveals that 10 different popular braiding companies of synthetic braiding hair, the hair was studied, and carcinogens or cancer-causing agents were found in 100% of the hair.
100%.
100%. They found benzene. We know that benzenes can cause leukemia. They found methylene chloride, carbon tetrachloride, and lead was found in 9 out of 10 studies. And again, children were braiding hair, and we know that lead can cause neurological issues, brain development issues. And so this is very alarming. Here's the key. 2 of the braiding companies responded, and they felt like the studies were not complete enough. And so they stand by the safety. And there's some truth in that, Caitlin. The studies very largely look at the quality, like is there a chemical, yes or no, not necessarily the details of the quantity. And also in the studies, they found that VOCs, these volatile organic compounds, are released when braiding hair is heated. For anyone who's had a braiding style, we know that at the end of the braiding style, the braids are dipped in very hot water, and that helps to preserve the style. Well, in this Consumer Report, they boiled hair, and they found that when you do this, that these VOCs are released, and that can cause irritation of the eyes, nose, throat. Here's the issue. In the study, they boiled the hair for 10 minutes. But for real life situations, the hair is dipped for 10 seconds. So all that means is that we really need more information, more studies. And right now we don't have them, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness, and there's not a lot of oversight either. Let's talk about Bishop T.D. Jakes. We covered this. He collapsed during a sermon, his congregation just stunned, and we're learning he did not have the traditional symptoms of a heart attack. What's that all about?
Yes. We remember back in November 2024, he literally just started to fall asleep on the pulpit, and he called it a medical incident. Now he's calling it a massive heart attack. That is what happened. And he shared that he had no chest pain. He had no arm pain. He just got sleepy. This is an atypical symptom of heart attacks. And you know, women often get atypical symptoms. Diabetics can get atypical symptoms as well. And so it's important to be aware that if you have symptoms other than chest pain, you could still be having a heart attack. So some of these atypical or unusual heart attack symptoms include a tingling sensation. It can be in your arms, not just the left arm, it can be in either arm or both arm. A tingling sensation in your shoulder, your neck, your back. You can get nausea or vomiting as a warning sign of a heart attack. Also, shortness of breath, heart palpitations, dizziness, or just feeling fatigued and sleepy. And so if you're suspicious that you might be having a heart attack, even if it's not a classic symptom, please don't ignore the symptoms. Call 911. Don't try to drive to the hospital yourself. Call 911 because the paramedics can go ahead and start care immediately. And every minute counts. Time is muscle when it comes to saving your heart.
Yeah, he was saying in an interview on the Today Show that he was 5 minutes away from death. Just wild. All right, so one of our housewives here in Atlanta, Real Housewives, Kelly, shared that 3 of her daughters are suffering from OI. What is that?
OI is osteogenesis imperfecta. And you know, I studied internal medicine and pediatrics back at Georgetown, and so I'm very familiar but the world is not. And so I was really excited that Kelly shared her story. Osteogenesis imperfecta, also called brittle bone disease, is a genetic disorder when there is a defect in the way your body makes collagen. And we need collagen to make healthy bones, also for our skin, our teeth, our muscles, our tendons. When you have this defect and you have osteogenesis imperfecta, then it causes children to have bones that fracture easily with little or no force. It also causes easy bruising. Here's the issue, and Kelly shared that this happened to her. Child Protective Services is also often called on parents of these kids because they have all these fractures and it looks like they're being abused. But one of the telltale signs of OI is having blue sclera, or blue in the whites of the eyes. But it's just very important that the disease is recognized. And so I'm glad we're getting some awareness to this very rare genetic condition.
Wow, okay, and we're going to close out our health headlines. March, of course, as we close out March, is National Colorectal Awareness Month, one of the deadliest cancers, but also one of the most preventable.
Absolutely. Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death overall, and it's the first leading, the number one leading cause of cancer death in men under 50. The beautiful thing is that it's potentially preventable and treatable. We do have colon cancer screening. One, of course, is the colonoscopy. And according to the American Cancer Society, if you are at average risk for colon cancer, then you should get your colonoscopy by age 45.
45,
yes,
okay.
By age 45. There are all kinds of risk factors. Of course, older age, being older than 50 is a risk factor. Here's the interesting thing. Half of the risk factors for colon cancer are modifiable, meaning due to lifestyle, like smoking, having a sedentary lifestyle, or being a couch potato, or if you're living with obesity, or if you eat a diet that is high in ultra-processed foods or high in red meat. So these are things that you can change to help to prevent colon cancer. And then, of course, if you get screened, if you have this colonoscopy, they can catch it early, and it's very, very treatable.
All right. Thanks so much, Dr. Frita. Always great to see you.
You as well.
Important information.